Children, now we are going to see about the gross domestic product. Gross domestic product. What is gross domestic product? Gross domestic product is the market value of all the final goods and services produced in the country during a time period. So this is what a gross domestic product, that is GDP. Okay, that is what the abbreviation is, gross domestic product. Gross domestic product is the market value of all the final and goods and services produced in a country. Goods produced in a country during a particular period, then total value of all the final and goods services is called the gross domestic product. So this gross domestic product is, we are going to see how it is calculating. Okay, calculating gross domestic product. What are the methods? Methods of calculating GDP, gross domestic product. There are three methods. First one is expenditure approach. Second one is the income approach. And third one is the value added approach. So these are the three methods we can calculate the GDP. So what are the three methods? Expenditure method, income method and value added method. So first one is the expenditure approach. What is this expenditure approach? In this method, GDP is measured by adding expenditures. Adding expenditure on all the final goods and services. Goods and services produced in a country during a specified period. This is what a expenditure approach. In this method, GDP, how they are measured? GDP is measured by adding the expenditure in the goods and final goods and services produced பண்றதுக்கு and the expenditure add பண்ணோம்னா that you will get the GDP. That is the first method, expenditure method. So final goods and services produced பண்ணதுக்கு that expenditures. If you add that, this is what a GDP. In that way, GDP is measured. So what is the first method? GDP is measured by adding expenditure on all the final and good services produced in a country during a specific period. Specific period la tayarikra and produce pandra goods and services oda total value expenditure evlo adukara expenditure adudha what is in that method we can measure the GDP. So there are different type of expenditure. The different type of expenditure. What are the different type of expenditure? That is y is equal to c plus I plus g plus x minus m. These are the expenditures we have to add to measure the GDP. These are the expenditures are spent for the production of total good and services. That is what the Y is GDP, C is consumption, investment and government expenditure, and this is export and import. If you add all this, we'll get the GDP. This is one method, that is expenditure method. Then next one is about the income method. We'll see about the income method. Second method, income method. This method looks at GDP from the perspective of the earnings of men and women who are involved in producing goods and services. What is this method? This method looks GDP from the purposed earnings of the men and women. Produce goods and produce services produce பண்றதுல involve ஆயிருக்க men and women ஓட அந்த earnings தான் that if you add will get the GDP. That is the income method. Mainly men and women who are involved in producing goods and services அவங்களோட income நம்ம we are taking into account to measure the income method. This is GDP. That is what is known as the income method. In this, income is taken as men and women involved in the producing and goods and services, and other than we are taking to measure the GDP. So income is main thing. So that is what a income method. Okay. The income method, income approach to measure GDP. To measure GDP is Y is equal to wages, rent plus interest and profit. So how the people they are receiving that income, the men and women income is taken is to measure the GDP. That is the income method. So how we are getting this income for the people? Through the wages. அவங்க சம்பளமா வாங்குறது, maybe some they will given some houses as a rent, from that they receive money. Interest, they have lent some money to others, there they getting interest and profit. So if they are doing a business, they may be getting a profit. So these are all the income received by the people, men and women, and that is what is the income method that is used to measure the GDP. That is the second method. Third one is the value added method. What is the third one? Value added method. In this, first you must know what is the intermediate goods and what is the final good. Intermediate goods and final goods. First, if you know this, only you can understood this concept, children. So what is intermediate goods? We are going to make a tea. Okay, so tea powder plus milk plus sugar. These are all what these are all called? These are all called intermediate goods. Okay, and what is the final good? As tea. So if you want to prepare a ஃபைனல் ப்ராடக்ட். இதை எல்லாம் சேர்த்தோம்னா நமக்கு கடைசியில் கிடைக்கிற ப்ராடக்ட் வந்து டீ. ஸோ அந்த டீ வந்து நம்ம ஃபைனல் ப்ராடக்ட் வரணும்னா அதுக்கான நிறைய சில இன்டர்மீடியட் ப்ராடக்ட்ஸ் இருக்குது. டீ பவுடர் வேணும், மில்க் வேணும், சுகர் வேணும். ஸோ இதெல்லாம் நம்ம ஜாயின் பண்ணால் தான் யூ வில் பி கெட்டிங் த tea. So intermediate goods and final goods. So if you make or use all these intermediate goods, you get a final product tea. So now from this we learn what is value added method. In value added method, value added by each intermediate good, each intermediate good is summed to estimate the value of final goods. Now you know what is intermediate goods and final goods. I told you what are these intermediate goods, and the final product is tea is the final good. So in the value added method la value added by each intermediate, ஒவ்வொரு intermediate goods, இது intermediate, இது intermediate. So இது எல்லா intermediate goods ஓட value add பண்ணோம்னா then you get the value of final goods. அதுதான் this is what a value added method. In the value added method, value added by intermediate goods, ஒவ்வொரு intermediate goods ஓட value add பண்ணினீங்கன்னா you may get the value of the final product. That is what is the value added method. So gross domestic product we can calculate by 3 methods, that is the expenditure method, income method and value methods. That is expenditure approach, income approach, value. In this expenditure is taken to measure GDP, and here the income is taken, men and women involved in goods and services, their income is taken to measure GDP. Here the valued approach method, all the intermediate goods value if you add it, you will get the value of the final product. That is what is the methods of calculating GDP. Then next we are going to see about the what are the importance of GDP. Now we are going to see about the importance of GDP. GDP, how it helps? It helps, first point, to steady economic growth. So the importance of GDP, first point, to steady economic growth. It helps to know about the economic growth condition of a country. That is what, to steady the economic growth. Next is unequal distribution. Unequal distribution of wealth. So how the wealth is distributed, whether it is distributed equally or unequally, that we come to know by knowing the GDP. This is the second point. Third one, we can know about the problems of inflation and deflation. What is this inflation? Rise in price level, and deflation, decrease in price level. So this we can come to know about. This problem you will come to know about if you know the GDP. GDP helps to know the problem of inflation and deflation. And fourth one is comparison. Comparison with developed countries of the world. Developed countries of the world. So the third point, we can able to compare our country with the developed countries of the world. That is the fourth point. And estimate the purchasing power. Estimate the purchasing power. So மக்களோட purchasing power திறமை எவ்வளோ இருக்கு அப்படிங்கறத நம்மளால estimate பண்ண முடியும் இந்த GDP if you know the GDP. So the next point is the public sector. Public sector எப்படி work ஆகுது, what is the condition of that, அதை வந்து that government sector, public sector is a government sectors, அதெல்லாம் எப்படி work ஆகுறது இந்த GDP வச்சு நம்ம we can come to know how it works. And next is guide to economic planning. Guide to economic plannings. So economic planning plan பண்றதுக்கு இந்த GDP நம்மளுக்கு guidance கொடுக்க, it helps to frame the economic plans. So these are the importance of the GDP. What are the examples of GDP? Gross domestic product, to study the economic growth. What is the condition of a country, whether we are growing, that we know, come to know by GDP, and how the wealth is distributed, whether it is equally distributed or unequally distributed, that we come to know. And problem about inflation, rise in price, decrease in price, that value, that and all will come to know about by knowing the GDP. And we can compare with the other countries, the developed countries. Then estimate the purchasing. You can know how, what is the purchasing power of the people in our country, and we will know about the public sector, and it helps to frame the economic planning. So these are the importance of the GDP. Next, we'll see about the limitation of the GDP. So, first, this is limitation. Limitations of GDP, gross domestic product. What are the limitations, அதோட disadvantages, what are the advantage, importance, that அதால நம்ம என்ன தெரிஞ்சுக்க முடியும்னு பார்த்தோம். ஸோ இதில் என்னென்ன disadvantages, that is limitations. First point is several important goods and services are not included in the GDP. So, several important goods and services are not included in the GDP. Example, first, it includes goods and services sold in the market. So market la enna பொருட்கள சர்வீசஸும் நாம சோல்வ் பண்றோமோ அதை மட்டும் தான் இந்த GDP இன்க்ளூட் பண்ணுது, மற்றதெல்லாம் இட்ஸ் லெஃப்ட் அவுட். ஓகே, ஸோ நெக்ஸ்ட் பாயிண்ட் இஸ் த சர்வீசஸ் provided by the parents to their children is very important. But this is not included in the GDP, but it is not included in the GDP. Why? Because it is not sold in the market. So the service, this is means what? Service, the total value, final value of good and services, only the GDP. But the service provided by the parent is also the service, which is very important, but is not included in the GDP. Why? Because அது வந்து மார்க்கெட்ல நம்ம சர்வீஸ் சர்வ் பண்றத சோல்வ் பண்ண முடியாது. So it avoids. Okay, the important services not included in GDP. And the third point is likewise clean air, which is vital, that is very important for a healthy life. has no market value and it is not added in the or it is left out of the GDP. So எப்படி இந்த முக்கியமான அந்த க்ளீன் ஏர் வந்து ரொம்ப ஹெல்தி லைஃப்க்கு இம்பார்ட்டனோ அதுக்கு எந்த ஒரு மார்க்கெட் வேல்யூவும் இல்லை, அதனால இது ஜிடிபியில் இன்க்ரீஸ் பண்ணுறதில்ல. ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி சர்டன் திங்ஸ் ஆர் நாட் இன்க்ளூடட் இன் தி ஜிடிபி. செவரல் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் குட் அண்ட் சர்வீசஸ் வந்து இது ஜிடிபியில் இன்க்ளூட் பண்ணுறதில்ல. ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் ஒன் ஆஃப் த லிமிட்டேஷன். மெயின் செவரல் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் குட் அண்ட் சர்வீசஸ் நாட் இன்க்ளூடட் ஆர் left out of the GDP. So this is the first point. What is the first point, children? Several important goods and services are left out of the GDP. So because it includes only ennala market la nama goods and services sold pandromo, that will be taken as a account in GDP. Other things, the service provided by the parents to the children, the clean air, that and are not included. This is the first disadvantage. And the next one is the GDP measures. GDP measures only quantity but not quality. Quality அதை கன்சிடர் பண்ணுறதே கிடையாது. எவ்வளோ அமௌண்ட் அப்படிங்கிறதா ஜிடிபி வந்து மெஷர் பண்ணுறதை தவிர அதோட குவாலிட்டியை we are not taking into considerations. For example, the improvement of quality of good. Quality of good, improvement in quality of good is very important. Very important, but it is not captured. It is not captured by GDP. So mainly GDP measures only quantity. Quantity தான் இது எடுத்துக்கிறது தவிர குவாலிட்டி எப்படி இருக்குங்கிறத பற்றி அவங்க திங்க் பண்ணுறதே கிடையாது. இந்த ஜிடிபியில் மெஷர்ஸ் பண்ணும்போது அதை எடுக்கவே கூடாது. தட் இஸ் வாட் த இம்ப்ரூவ்மெண்ட் இன் குவாலிட்டி இஸ். குவாலிட்டி ஆஃப் குட் இஸ் குட் குவாலிட்டி. ஓகே, quality of good is very important, but it is not included or captured by the GDP. So that is the second limitation. It gives importance to quantity but not a quality. And the third point is GDP does not tell us about the way income is distributed in the country. Distributed in the country. எப்படி நம்ம இன்கம் ஈக்குவலாக டிஸ்ட்ரிபியூட் பண்ணியிருக்காங்களா அப்படி இந்த டிஸ்ட்ரிபியூஷன் இன்கம் டிஸ்ட்ரிபியூஷனை பற்றி நமக்கு ஜிடிபி இட் நாட் டெல் அஸ். வாட் இஸ் தட்? த GDP of a country may be growing rapidly. May be growing rapidly, but income may be distributed so unequal. So unequal. Only certain percentage of people, only the certain percentage of people may be benefiting benefiting by it. So what's the third point? GDP does not tell us about the way income is distributed. எப்படி income distribute பண்ணிருக்காங்கங்கறத நமக்கு சொல்லல. ஓவராலா GDP கண்ட்ரில இன்க்ரீஸ் ஆனாலும் அந்த unequal but income may be distributed unequal. ஈக்குவலா அது வந்து டிஸ்ட்ரிபியூட் ஆகல. only certain people தான் இந்த GDP ஆல benefit ஆயிருக்காங்க. So that is the third point. GDP does not tell us about the income that is distributed in the country. And the fourth point is GDP does not tell us about the kind of life people are living. So how the people, what is the life of the people, how they are living, what is the standard of living, அதெல்லாம் GDP நமக்கு சொல்றது இல்ல. GDP does not tell us about the kind of life people are living. Okay, that is the fourth points. What are the 4 points we have seen? The first point, some important goods and services are not included. Second point, it gives importance to only quality, not the quantity, not the quality. And third point does not tell about how the income is distributed in the country. And fourth point does not tell about the what kind of people are living. That is the fourth limitations. Next we are going to see about the contribution of GDP. Contribution of GDP in India, that we are going to see. Okay, then Indian economy is broadly divided into 3 sectors. Indian economy is broadly divided into 3 sectors that contributes to the GDP, which contributes to the GDP. So Indian economy is broadly divided into 3 sectors that contributes to these 3 sectors contributes to the GDP. So what is this contribution of GDP in India? What are the 3 sectors? They are, first one is agriculture and allied activity. Second one is the industry. And third one is the tertiary sector. So, or that is service sector. Service. Okay, these are the 3 important sectors how the Indian economy is divided. So these 3 sectors, they contribute to the GDP. Okay, that we are going to see now one by one. First one is the agricultural and allied activity. What is this agricultural activity? The agricultural sector is also known as primary sector. What it is known? It is also, the agricultural sector is also known as primary sector. What will happen here? Which agricultural operations are undertaken. Agriculture operation is nothing but agricultural activities are undertaken. So what is the first one? Agricultural and allied activity. So it is also known as primary sector. then in which what will happen, the agriculture operations are undertaken. The example of these primary sectors are agriculture based allied activity, then production of raw materials, such as, that is, cattle farm, fishing, mining, forestry, coal, etc. are also undertaken. These are the examples of the agricultural undertaken. So these are the examples of the primary sector. What is primary sectors? What is naturally available on the earth? அதெல்லாம் நம்ம வந்து ப்ரொடியூஸ் திருப்பி அதை எடுத்து தோண்டி, ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் இப்போ மைனிங்னா அடியில் இருக்க அந்த பொருட்கள் எல்லாமே தோண்டி எடுக்கிறோம். ஸோ தென் ஃபாரஸ்ட்ரி, இந்த ஃபாரஸ்டில் ட்ரீஸ் எல்லாம் நம்ம கட் பண்ணுறோம். ஸோ தீஸ் ஆர் ஆல் வாட் இஸ் தி அக்ரிகல்ச்சரல் ஆக்டிவிட்டீஸ், தட் இஸ் அ primary activity. So then fishing, நம்ம வந்து கடலில் ஃபிஷ் எல்லாம் பிடிக்கிறது. ஸோ தென் மைனிங், ஃபிஷிங், ஃபாரஸ்ட், இதெல்லாம் வந்து அக்ரிகல்ச்சரல் ஆக்டிவிட்டியோட எக்ஸாம்பிள்ஸ். ஓகே, ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் வாட் அ பிரைமரி செக்டர். அக்ரிகல்ச்சரல் செக்டர்னா பிரைமரி செக்டர். இன் வாட் வில் பி ஹேப்பன்ஸ், they will carried out the agricultural operations, activities will be undertaken in the primary sector. So examples are agricultural allied based activity, then production of raw materials such as cattle farm, then fishing, forestry, mining. These are the examples of primary sector. Then next we'll see about the industry. So industry is another name is that is secondary sector. So what will happen in the industry sector la, what is taking out in the primary sector la irundhu edukra and பொருட்களை வந்து that raw materials now ஒரு ஃபைனல் ப்ராடக்ட் ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ணுறதுக்கு தேவையான சில பொருட்கள். ஸோ அந்த ரா மெட்டீரியல்ஸ் எல்லாம் நம்ம ப்ரைமரி செக்டர்ஸில் நம்ம எடுக்கிறத இந்த செகண்டரி செக்டாரில் த மேனுஃபேக்சர் பண்ணுவாங்க. தட் இஸ் வாட் இஸ் த இண்டஸ்ட்ரி, தட் இஸ் த செகண்ட். மைனிங்லேருந்து இப்போ நம்ம அயன் எடுக்கிறோம்னா அயனை எடுத்து நம்ம என்ன பண்ணுவோம், இண்டஸ்ட்ரீஸில் மேனுஃபேக்சர் பண்ணுவோம், நிறைய பொருட்கள் அதிலிருந்து தயாரிப்போம். தட் இஸ் வாட் அ secondary sector. So it includes the important industries. What are the important industries? Or first one is iron and steel, then sugar industry, cotton textile, paper, cement, petrochemicals, automobiles, and some small scale industries. These are the examples of the industries. What we are taking out from the agriculture primary sector, that is transformed, that is converted into, that raw materials are converted into good and commodities. That is what a secondary sector. So the industrial sector is known as secondary sectors. Secondary sector in which goods and commodities are produced by transforming the raw materials. Agriculture sector, we are taking the raw materials. From that raw materials it transformed into making good and commodities. That is what is known as the industrial sector, or the second one primary secondary sector. And third one is, first we saw about the agricultural, that is agricultural sector, then that it is also called primary sector. And what will happen there, they will undertake an operation of agriculture operations are undertaken. In that, examples are agriculture allied activities, then raw materials such as cattle farm, fishing, forestry, etc. In the secondary sector, what they will do, in which the good and commodities are produced by using these raw materials. And the raw material is they will produce the good and commodities, and it is also known as the secondary sector. And important industries are iron and steel, sugar, cotton, paper, cement, petrochemicals, automobiles, and some small scale industries. And the third one is the tertiary sector. Third one is the service sector. Service sector, and it is also known as tertiary sector. So third one is the service sector. It is also known as the tertiary sector, that is service sector. Now we are taking the raw materials that is produced into a goods, and to transform this good we need a transportation communication. That is what is known as a service sector. So it includes, examples are, it includes, that is scientific research, then first one is it includes scientific research, transportation, communication, postal, telegraph, education, banking, healthcare, and information technology. Information technology. These are the examples of the service sector. The first one is the agriculture sector we have seen. Next the secondary sector, industrial sector. Third is the service sector or the tertiary sector. The service sector is also known as tertiary sector. And what are that includes? That includes the scientific research, transportations, communication, postal, telegraph, education, banking, healthcare, idellam information technology. These are all called the service sectors. So this economy is broadly divided into three sectors that contributes to the GDP. What is agricultural, industrial, and service? Agriculture is also known as primary sector. Industry sector is also known as secondary sector. Service is also known as tertiary sector. In the primary sector, all the raw material is taken. In the secondary, it is converted into good raw material. Using that raw material is converted into good and commodities. And third one, these goods and commodities to be transported through the transportation communication. That is what a service sector. I think you have understood the concept, children. Assignment. Learn the method of calculating national income. Thank you, children. Have a nice day.